I do not know what to do anymore. I have given up. There's different stages in a baby's life. There's a stage when they don't move. Life is kind of easy. You really don't have to watch them. It's easier sailing with a baby at that point. But now Kai has really entered, actually he's been into it for over a month now, but he's in the very difficult stage of sailing with a now 7-month-old baby. I don't know what to say. You cannot leave him alone. Look at this. So I've put a cushion there because he's always in those stairs. But now, look at where he is. Coral monte caillou. But so now we have.
And he doesn't. Oh, what are you doing, Coral? What did we say about let go of him? What did we say about grabbing his neck like that?
En dessous des bras.
You don't grab his neck like that, okay, sweetheart?
So now we have pillows there so that he doesn't hurt himself.
Yeah, underneath his arms. That's better.
Back at the mast as a family, we are gonna attempt to run the wire of the head stay in. Hopefully it goes in well. We took off one of the. Actually, Corey should tell you what that's called. I think it's one of the foil. There's like a connector in between. So we took that apart because there was some tape and the rod wasn't going in and out smoothly. And the wire is much bigger than the rod, so hopefully it goes in.
I'm gonna dry on that.
Yes, you are.
So I can drive you.
Oh yes, go ahead.
Mom, did you want to do escort?
Je vais le faire avec toi. Okay.
Of course, I've got 2 bags of tools, but I ended up taking the knife out of the bag.
I'm doing 3 ice cream scoops. Okay, il faut en faire 4.
On fait lui.
Ouais, vas-y. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, il en faut 5.
Well, we got our new to us furler that we won our bid on eBay. The downside is it's in a little rougher shape than our old one in some places, like these bolt holes where the torque tube connects. Some of them are really destroyed. The torque tube was beat up, so now I have to rethread some of these holes. I'm hoping to use the same size threads and just clean them up so that the screw works. That'd be great because in general it's in pretty good shape. Just this is the one problem. The torque tube is pretty beat up as well, but luckily we took that off so nobody was able to steal it. And Kai constantly needs attention, so Mom's gonna go see him.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais, Kai? Look at this little guy. Kai? Qu'est-ce que tu fais, Kai?
And the wheel was all shiny, but hey, this one will get shiny again too. I do like that this lip, it seems like this lip was redesigned and there's a lot less crevice corrosion and welds around there, so I guess that's a pro. I'm trying to be positive about the spending $200 for some, or $250 for something that was actually worse than what we had, but at least we'll get out of here. And you know, this minimum thing, this small, very inconvenient thing will be over and I won't even think about it much anymore. So can't wait for that moment in warm waters of the Bahamas. Things aren't going so good with the re-rig after yesterday. I was kind of hoping that the holes I was drilling from either side of the mast would line up, which, I mean, I should have guessed it wasn't going to line up, but I didn't think it was going to be so far off. So I can't get the threaded rod that needs to go all the way through the mast in, and I broke 2 drill bits in the process.
Well, this makes you smile when you just want to cry because things didn't quite go the way they should have. Corey managed to get the first drill bit out by reaming it out. Mais on pleure. So yeah, the first drill bit is out, but now the second drill bit actually broke into it while trying to line the holes up, because with this whole adventure, holes are not lining up. I wish we didn't have to re-rig. This whole rigging is... it's hard. It's hard on all of us. It's just putting a lot of strain. And it's not just re-rigging, we're like converting from rod rigging to wire rigging, which makes everything so much harder because you're gonna like redesign the thing, feels like. I just want to be out of here.
I'm really at a loss, and I'm really kind of depressed. I'm like paralyzed by fear that I'm going to damage something or do something stupid like I did yesterday. I mean, I knew it was going to be hard, and you know, it was the last kind of hard thing I needed to do before we were going to be able to, you know, basically slap everything together, put the stay locks on, and be able to be re-rigged again. And now I'm just kind of paused with this because I'm scared to do anything else. I don't want to keep moving forward and screw something else up, because it just felt like yesterday all I did was screw stuff up. So I'm just kind of drinking my coffee, trying to think of what to do. I mean, I need to move forward. I need to do something. I need to work on the mast. It's just been a rough few days, this mast re-rig. This is why I wanted to get a rigger to do it, because I knew it was going to be some stressful stuff. But I really, honestly, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect to have to problem solve constantly. And every day I have a new issue to resolve, and I need to find a way around it. Anyway, lots of modifications, lots of changing of my plans, even though I spent ages trying to plan out this re-rig. So I've been getting going a little crazy with measurements. Unfortunately, we don't have all of the components of the rig. When the tangs were cut off, I didn't get a measurement before everything got moved, and those pieces.
Thought we weren't doing the rig, so we didn't bother. But now we're missing pieces.
So we have to estimate some stuff, which really isn't what you want to do when you're doing a re-rig. But we'll gotta do what we gotta do. At least we got the backstay measurement pretty much pin to pin exactly. We have to look at pictures of these tangs and try to estimate how long the cutoff was. And if I look in the background, I can see another tang way over there that I have to try to estimate. I hate estimating these things. This needs to be accurate. I don't have a lot of leeway. Never hire a rigger unless you're 100% sure he's gonna do the whole job. Isn't that just a thing of beauty when everything mostly lines up? Gotta love it. It sure feels good after so many things have not gone so good. Even just spending all night last night and then again this morning double checking my measurements and finding out my measurements were still somewhat off. It's just disheartening. So I really hope when I finally do go to cut the line, which I've sort of been procrastinating, I've been kind of doing everything else rather than cutting the wire because I'm so paranoid that I'm going to cut it at the wrong length. But eventually I gotta go ahead and just do it. But this makes me feel like it might actually work out. The day has come to cut our rigging at the correct lengths, hopefully.
Stressful moment. I really hope it's good.
But as a backup, we have some drone shots of when our mast was down and we had all the rigging tied to it. So that will hopefully give us an idea of if we're close or if something went horribly, horribly wrong.
This whole re-rig has been a shit show. It's been painfully slow, stressful. I feel like I'm losing weight just from dealing with the rigger and this whole thing. I'm excited for it to be over. So we've been spending the last couple of days measuring again and trying to get all our measurements right for these stays, because it's kind of scary cutting that. It's a bit of an expensive piece of wire. It's been about like $5,500, $6,000 for the whole thing. So we gotta make sure it's all good. But we're missing part of our stays to make accurate measurements. So some of them we know for sure, like the back stay. That's pretty much the only one that we know for sure, because the further drum has also gone missing, so the head stay is question mark as well. So we're kind of thinking of cutting the one we know and then just putting the mast on the boat. And I mean, it's keel step, so it holds by itself. And then it's just going at anchor and cutting everything else on the boat so that we know for sure that we have the right measurements. Because everything is just a guessing game. Like we're not sure about anything because, well, parts of the stays went missing mysteriously after a disagreement because we didn't want to use someone to do the job. We've learned a lesson the hard way. It sucks. But hey, we're gonna get out of here and go to the Bahamas and enjoy life. And it's gonna feel that much better because we've gone through so much hell right now.
Apporte ça.
T'apportes ça, qu'est-ce que tu vas faire avec?
Moi, le promène.
Tu le promènes. And even Kai wants to talk.
That's Minnie
Oh
Mouse.
my.
You like Minnie Mouse?
Your favorite.
I think Walt and Joyce know her.
Look at
Oh, and you
such
got
a
us
Minnie
some-
Mouse.
Thank you so.
They
You know
know
her,
my
you know me.
Coral, looky. You can color your. You can color.
It's still cold, but I think we ought to have one.
That sounds like a good idea.
And if not, I got the ice in the.
That's for Kai.
Such a small world. Like we get to meet so many people as we travel. And Walt and Joyce have been phoning us for quite a while, and we've been trying to meet up, and it's just never worked out. So sometimes the less planning, the better. It actually works out, and we meet people. Thank you so much for coming.
You're
It's
very
our pleasure.
welcome. It was a pleasure to meet you guys, and we just wish you safe travels and God bless your little family.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To Disney, and Coral is pretty happy about her Minnie Mouse things.
You got more
She's already going. Coral, c'est quoi que tu dessines?
Yeah. Well, one time when I was uncoiled, the first one I uncoiled, I wasn't paying enough attention, and I just started uncoiling, and then it all like sprung out on me, and the end like came right across my neck. So I was so lucky that I had filed it right before.
There.
Okay, 1 second. Oh yeah, that works.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Dans le ciel, Coral, passe ici. C'est quoi que t'as, Coral?
Tu peux aider-moi à dessiner Minnie Mouse.
Ok, installe-toi.
Mommy is gonna help.
I've been holding off on cutting for the longest time. I'm so paranoid, but I'm pretty sure this one is the correct length. So let's just do it. Last chance. Should I measure it one more time?
Dude, there's no CMs everywhere, Kai's annoyed. Woo!
Oh, that works. Oh, it's so nice. Fish and chips. Oh, thank you.
Is, gosh, the fish that Walt and Joyce brought us, that's walleye from Lake Erie, and it's so good. Like, I only have flour on that, and it's in butter. And it's just so tender, it just like falls apart in your mouth. And Coral is eating the whole fish. That's her second piece, even before she started touching her fries. So she loves the fish.
You trying to get away from your sister? Yeah? You want her to chase you? Yeah. Whoa.
I fell down.
He's becoming trouble. He's just like Coral, where he likes to stand up everywhere and pull himself up on everything. We really gotta re-baby-proof everything. But he's having such fun with Coral, even when she's ridiculously rough with him. So it's an interesting battle trying to... Hey? At least you got under the arms. That's been a new thing. Trying to tell her to put her hands under his arms instead of wrapping his head and giving him a headlock, basically. Parenting 2 little kids is definitely a challenge sometimes.
It's so hard to stay positive when we just keep hitting hurdle after hurdle with this whole rig project. Like it just can't go smooth. Corey just got back from going to check on the mast because we're gonna step it today, and it looks like the wires actually have been chafed, or a grinder got to it, and we didn't notice it before, but with the rain we had the other day, now there's just rust all over the place. So now we're gonna go have a look at it and see what we're doing.
Already taken off some of the rust, but you can see it's just chafed all on the outside. It's not a whole lot of the wire that's chafed, but still, it's brand new. It's like, I don't want to have to trust something that's beat up. When we just bought it, we just spent thousands of dollars to re-rig. At least they're good at rigging only. They're going to send us a new wire once we send them some pictures, but it's like a week and a half at least before I get the new wire. And like, everything just keeps pushing us back. I just want to cry. This is so brutal.
It is a complete disaster mess on Wildly Intrepid. We even have a book avalanche or hurricane because we're doing some cleanup. On fait quoi, Coral? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait, Coral?
Un bleu de pour laver avec toi.
Ah, tu veux plus laver avec moi?
Non.
Oh. She was actually having a lot of fun soaking everything up. Just been cleaning up the V-berth because we've had a bit of mold going on with that cold, damp weather. It's just everything's going moldy, so I'm cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. It's pretty crazy. Slash, it's giving me time to organize a bit the provision and things for the Bahamas. And while we're waiting for the new wires to arrive, Corey's doing some much needed love on all of the outboards, because we have 3 outboards now. One is just something that Corey collected in the Hudson River that was like pretty much beside the dumpster, so that he could get spare parts for our other Mercury outboard that we picked up at my sister's. So getting everything cleaned up. Up above in the cockpit world.
Finding a few goodies here. I've got the old crank from this one. The only difference is this is a 2.5 and ours is a 3.5, but a lot of the components, 3.3, yeah. A lot of the components seem to be very similar. Something like this carb won't be the same, but I could probably run the same carb. It's just going to be a lower power engine when I swap it. So yeah, I'm going to keep the carb. I'm going to keep the kill switch here and the plates, a few hoses and stuff that got really rusted on our old one, the on-off valve for the fuel. But I noticed right away when I took out the old spark plug why. I mean, I knew it was seized because you couldn't pull on the start cable, but it definitely got some water in it. The spark plug is all rusty, and there's actually a bit of water right on the end of the spark plug. So I won't be keeping any of the pistons or anything, even though it looks pretty decent. I don't want to fiddle with it. There's no point in keeping a spare. I mean, this is for our spare outboard, really, so I don't need to keep every little component. But one thing that I will keep, like basically this whole assembly is just going to go in the trash, but I will keep all this lower unit is actually in way better shape than ours. Ours has a lot of slop, like in every bushing basically. Even the prop is way more, solid. It doesn't have as much play as our other one does. So yeah, I'm gonna basically disassemble this whole clamping thing because these are also in way better shape. They're not seized on like ours are. I need like a wrench to get ours tight. So basically all the nice components, all the parts that aren't all rusty or have all this slop and movement in them, I'm going to change out. I already changed the oil in the old bottom end, but I might end up just swapping the bottom ends and using just this whole bottom end for our outboard because it seems like it's just generally in better shape.
Oh, qu'est-ce qu'on mange?
the muffin.
Woohoo! So Carl is making us some food, some muffins, while Kai is, I don't know, what's Kai doing?
She's playing with me with the toys.
Oh yeah? And Kai is 8 months old today!
Yeah.
Woohoo! So kids are entertained, so mommy is getting some cleaning and scrubbing going. Whoa, sounds hyper. Look at my little dick. Little dick. Little dick. Little dick. Oh, so right. We have some new patrons we need to welcome. SV Journey, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for wanting to support our videos. Really means a lot to us. Kind of keeps us motivated and going, and it's great. A lot of people wonder what patrons are. They're amazing people that pretty much support our videos on a per video basis. But there's also other ways. If you're not into this stuff, just really sharing our videos makes a huge difference. It just reaches a bigger audience. And you can always do PayPal donations, or if you meet us, throw a little beer or something. Thank you so much.